So sections of the Sandy Gully that run parallel to the Jerusalem community in St. Andrew have been turned into dump sites as residents claim that garbage collection from the National Solid Waste Management Authority is inadequate. Executive Director Mr. Audley Gordon is here with us this morning. Morning, sir. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Morning. Good morning to your listeners.
Do you agree with the residents that garbage collection is inadequate?
I wouldn't pick a quarrel with the residents publicly because we have had several interventions, not just there, but in lots of communities of similar character, settlements that are on the banks of gullies and drains. And we have put in place measures to mitigate against occurrences that
and you've done this at Sandy Gully?
That you saw. That's why we use the scout trucks in there.
The smaller ones?
The smaller ones.
You mentioned measures that you put in place for areas with similar character.
Right.
Okay. You qualified it by saying settlements on the gully banks and so on. I know one was sending the smaller trucks in.
Right.
What are some of the other measures that you've put in place?
Just before I go there, just to say that if you notice the same story that we are quoting now, you would have seen that our trucks will go twice per week in there. But it's just that they are saying that maybe the trucks are so small that twice per week is inadequate. So since then, we have looked at how we could increase that. But the bigger question is how you package your garbage until the truck arrives.
You know, answer my question,
no, I'm going to come to that because that's the main problem that we're having. How do we manage the solid waste that we generate until the authorities arrive to pick it up? And we have seen where, time and time again, we are spending too long cleaning up, raking up, and bagging up. When the truck is detained, it deprives other communities of their pickup.
But
the measures, go to the measures.
Hold on 1 second. Isn't it a cycle though? Because if I bag it and put it down and it's there for an extensive period of time, then the rats are going to take to it. Invariably, it's going to start to fall apart when the bags are infiltrated. So it's kind of like isn't that like a chicken and egg situation?
No, I differ because we have seen where people who practice good containerization measures, even when the truck is late, you go there, you will see garbage neatly stored, and we just pick up and move. So we would spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes, even less. We would otherwise be spending 2 and 3 hours. Last week I was at a site in a particular community in Lower St. Andrew. The truck was there for 2.5 hours.
I want to jump in, sir. I would love my producer to put up that picture that you didn't see it, but we had a picture up. And I want to ask how look at that. That is not a day or a 2-day thing. That look like...
Which brings me back to the original question that you haven't answered, Sir Gordon.
No,
how it reached that magnitude.
And there is a cultural issue that we have to address, Neville. I tell you, there are several gullies that I could refer you to where the rains will come. Although, unfortunately, it ends up at the sea, but the rains will come and the gully will be clean 9 o'clock. And if you pass there a couple hours after, you will see probably a picture just like you just
Just like that?
Show.
Couple hours?
Yes, because there is a cultural defect that must be addressed. People just dump anywhere they see convenient.
In this particular story, they're saying them don't know where else to put it because it's piling up on the roadways and stuff.
Good, and that is what we are addressing. So I'm saying that where we have inadequacy, which we can accept, we are not going to argue. The thing to do is to look at how we can improve, how we can increase the collections, because obviously twice per week for them is not working.
Yes, but would you not have known that? Is there not some kind of needs assessment that you would do to tell you that a scout twice a week in a community that generates X amount of garbage will not solve the problem?
Yes, because there are other things that we are preaching also, Simone, which we are hoping that the reduction strategy would be working more in some of these communities.
What's the reduction strategy?
What we're finding now, for example, reusing, reducing, and recycling. I'm going to come to each of them quickly. One, I still go to my mother's house in the country and use dish that I used to use as a child. Nobody does that anymore. Everybody using foam boxes and so on. So garbage is multiplying on you. You're trying to get people back to some habits that will see less garbage.
But you know this.
And, right. But the thing, if we're going to move forward, though, in proper solid waste management, we have to look at our own behavior.
Absolutely.
And how we going to enact these behavioral changes that will see the best practices that we see elsewhere come into Jamaica.
But we also have to plan for what happens in the interim until those
right,
take
and we are doing that by trying to increase collections where we have to. We are doing that by trying to go in with community interventions, having meetings, talking to people, trying to educate them about a different approach. One of the things what we're noticing, that the garbage is more, but is lighter. Why? Fast food boxes, foam boxes, plastic cups, all those things. Nobody is prepared to just use a regular cup that you can wash again. And I need the help.
I'm not sure that's fair. Well, you're in the field, so you would know.
I'm telling you.
Because there are people who are complaining even outside of these settlement communities that you speak of, in the larger communities, of the same issues with garbage collection.
No, what I'm saying to you is not just for any particular area on a Gully bank, you know. I'm talking about generally. We are producing more garbage because of our own behavior.
Right.
And we are prepared, and we're asking people, please, to take responsibility for the solid waste that they generate by properly containerizing it until the truck comes. Please beg you a minute just to speak about the national program where I know to clean up all town centers, 105 town centers, nearly 500 trucks in over 105 town centers. We are out there on a 10-day campaign, started 2 days away into day 3. We will go into every nook and cranny of Jamaica in the town centers now and to clean out all bulky waste and everything as we prepare for Christmas.
Sunday Gully will be clean?
Absolutely.
You still don't answer Simone.
The interventions, I talk about community meetings. I talk about community meetings. I talk about putting in extra trucks. I'm talking about trying to educate people using pamphlet, using other means to get the behavioral change. Unless we get the behavioral change, we'll be back here regularly talking about.
Behavioral change, Mr. Gordon,
yes,
as you know, is a paradigm shift that takes years.
But we have to start.
But in the interim,
yes,
outside of the 2 trucks that you're sending on there, which is obviously not dealing with the garbage, what are the other measures?
That's what I'm saying. We're going to be increasing that.
Right.
Yes, and we're going to ramp up our community measures. We're going in, because we have to keep the public education going. Because unless we get that behavioral change, yes, it will take time. Yes, we will grind and we have to stick it out, but we cannot stop. We have to keep going.
Okay.
So we'll be clean for Christmas.
Clean Christmas.
All right. Thanks a lot, sir. Executive Director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Mr. Audley Gordon.
Going green for the holiday.